Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead. You guys, today I'm going to bring you with me. I'm going to cook down a bunch of tomatoes, and this is just a few of what I have been freezing, okay? And I couldn't get to them in time, so I froze them. So after you freeze them, the skins will come off really easy when you run them underneath warm water. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put them in the roaster. I'm not sure what I'm going to make yet. I know tomato sauce is going to be the biggest thing, but I didn't have Romas. My Romas didn't turn out. I mean, I got a few here and there, but not enough to really make my paste like I did last year. You can go watch that video. That's a really good video. I made a lot of paste, but I just had just regular tomatoes, just odd and end tomatoes. And that's what we're going to use today to make whatever we're going to make, which I'm not sure yet. But this is really easier than blanching your tomatoes. And it saves a lot of time, saves a lot of work, and these skins just come right off of here after you thaw them out. And if they're just still a little bit frozen, which this one is, but it's coming off pretty good, then you can run it underneath some warm water, okay? So let me get going here and get this done, and then when I get ready to put them in the roaster, I'll get back with you, okay? Don't go nowhere. All right, that didn't take very long, y'all. So I'm going to get my roaster out here. And I'm just going to put all these tomatoes. This is just a drop in the bucket. In here, I should have drained those. They're going to have a little water on them. Let me drain these. I'll just try to get them like this, and I won't get as much probably. I'm going to go ahead and turn this roaster on. I'm going to put it on low. I'm going to try to let these cook for about, I only got 3 hours. I can do that with these. Not a big deal. I may have to do 2 batches. I've got a lot of tomatoes left still, quite a bit. It might fit in here. Okay, I'm going to turn these on low, and I'm going to let them go ahead and start, because they're still frozen, so it's going to take a while. So, and I'll bring you back after I get them all full. Talk to you for a minute, and then we're going to let them cook. Okay? I'll be back. I've got the last little bit of tomatoes to put in here. Can you see all those tomatoes? I'm going to do this by hand so I don't get all that water in there. So this now is just got to cook down. I've turned it up on 300 just to kind of get it. A lot of these are froze. So it's going to take it a while, but that's all right. So that's it. We're not going to add anything to it right now. We're not good because I'm still not exactly sure what all I'm going to do with it. But when it gets unthawed, I'm going to get my immersion blender and I'm going to sauce it down. I'm going to really, get with it and make it, kind of turn it into sauce so it can cook that water out. But right now, I'm just basically trying to get it unthawed. Get it all unthawed and cook down a little bit. And then we'll get the immersion blender out, okay? So don't go nowhere. All right, y'all, I've been running all over the place. We're going to check these tomatoes, and I'm pretty sure that, and I hope you can hear me because my mic went dead, so I've got it charging. But I think these are they're good enough where I can use my immersion blender. Now, that's not the only step I'm going to use. Everyone has their own process, depending on what kind of equipment that they have that they can use. Some people have tomato presses. Some people have immersion blenders. Some people have blenders, which I usually do that. But last year, I started in on the immersion blender, and it's just so much easier because I don't have to keep tossing it back and forth, everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and show you what this does. And then I'll probably strain it because see, now I got all the skins off, so I won't have to worry about the skins. But the seeds are still in there. So I'm going to have to strain it to get the seeds out. I could put it all in my Ninja, and it would just crush a lot of it up, but then there might still be some. And, you know, that's just a lot of work, a lot of unnecessary work, I think. So, but I've done it. So let me plug this in, if I can reach my strip here. There we go. Tim put me a strip underneath these tables so I didn't have to be up against the wall somewhere and I could do work out here on this table. And it works out really good. Until I can't see it. Let me get you down here where you can see. What I'm going to do is use these stock pots just to use as a bigger bowl or something. And I'm going to strain this. Let me give you a big cup, my canning cup. And I just got a strainer here, and I'm going to strain all this and throw away my seeds. Because that's all I got left in here. And I think this mesh on here is just good enough that it's not gonna, small enough, it's not gonna let them seeds go through. We'll find out. It's gonna take me a little bit. It's the price you pay. Okay, you see? Normally I put it in my, that's how I cracked my Ninja. The top of it, the pitcher part, I put too hot of stuff in it, so I just hate doing that. I really do. So I'm just going to do this. And the food mill, that's just too much. That's just, you know, if I had to do it, I would do it, but I just think it's too much. Alright, I'm going to work on this and I'll get back with you, okay? Okay, I got this all done. Here's my seeds. I probably could have smushed some more out of here. It looks like a lot of water though in there, so I probably wouldn't wanted to. I ended up anyways with almost, this is full. I think this is like, what did I read? I forget how many quarts this is in here. It's a lot though. So, I'd say there's a couple gallon in here or better. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to look at my box. But anyway, I'm going to shut this off. Now, all my steps are done. Besides, now I'm going to cook it down. I've decided that I'm just going to make tomato sauce out of it. That way, if I want to make something else later, some spaghetti sauce or some, you know, whatever, I can just take my sauce off the shelf and then continue on and make something else I want to make. But I'm just going to do tomato sauce. I use more tomato sauce than anything, and paste, but I didn't have the tomatoes to do the paste this time, and I just like them. I like my paste out of the Romas. It just makes a thicker, better paste, I think. But anyway, and this is just a combination of tomatoes, you all, out of my garden. All different kinds. There's cherry tomatoes. There's, you know, heirloom tomatoes. There's a few Romas. There's what Romas did make it, you know, is in here. And slicing tomatoes and just different kinds of tomatoes. So it's just a combination of them all. And I've still got quite a few left in the freezer, so I can play around with that too. I don't know if I'll get around to canning it tonight or not, y'all. I may have to put it in the refrigerator and then warm it back up. That was hot. I just touched the side of that and it was hot. Anyways, regardless, it's going to get canned. It'll get canned today or tomorrow, and you all won't have to wait. You'll get to see it, the finished product. All right, so Lord willing, I will catch you when I get back. Good morning, everybody. Okay, this is what I decided to do. I'm not going to put all that back in that big roaster because I think it's going to take too long. If I turn it up too high, I think that it may scorch or something if I'm not, just constantly standing over it, and I don't have time for that. So I'm putting it in this big, heavy pan with a big, heavy bottom. So I don't think it's going to burn or scorch. I've put 2 jars in already. And I'm dumping a little bit. The water has kind of went to the top. I don't know if you can see that. Let me dump it off. And that's what I've been doing, just to get some of the water out of it. And I think 3 is probably going to do it. So I'm going to do these 3, which will give me, let's see, 2, 8 pints, I believe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to occasionally come over here and stir this while I'm doing some other stuff. I got to make some bread. And I'm just going to occasionally stir this until this goes down about halfway. I'm just going to keep on, let it go. And then if it takes me to tomorrow, then I'll do the other one. Getting warm in here. I turned the air conditioner up because I thought it was cold, or, turn it down because I thought it was cold when I come in here. Now I'm getting hot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do this one. And if it takes tomorrow to get the other 3 done, that's fine. Like I said, I was going to make some V8 juice. What I had decided last night, I thought I might do that. Or like V8 juice. I don't know yet. Tomato juice. I'm not sure. I'm just undecided right now, you guys. So it just kind of depends on how much of this I get done. So as soon as I get some of this done, maybe I'll get back to you before the end of the, before I have to go get on the bus, and let you know how much I got, what I've done, and everything else. But basically, you guys, all you're going to do is, if you've got frozen tomatoes, if you got fresh ones, you probably have to blanch them. Get the skins off, strain them, get the seeds out. If you got a food mill or however you do it, I use just a mesh strainer with little bitty holes, which takes a little longer, but to get the seeds out. If I had a really nice tomato press or something, that'd be great, but I don't. So I have to do it my way. Anyway, then you're gonna put it in whatever you want to put in the roaster or a pan on the stove, or however you want to do it. I do suggest if you put it in a pan on the stove, like I told you before. I wish I'd have showed you before I put these tomatoes in here. When you hit on the bottom of one of these stainless steel pans, let me get a couple. I'm just going to show you real quick. Okay, here's 2 of them that I was using yesterday. So you got this one. You see how that sounds? That's heavy. It's heavy bottom. That's the way that one is. That one's probably more heavy than this one. And you're going to know by the price too, y'all. But always do this. This will never fail you. Hit that. This one, you think, oh, it's a big, nice pot. You hear that? That is not, as a matter of fact, used to, I had some burnt spots in there, but I've gotten it out with a SOS and steel wool. But this will stick in a flat minute. I mean, I've tried to do stuff in here and stuff will stick in a flat minute in this. You are, like I said, you're going to pay more for these. I paid, I think this one was $50, you guys. But I'll tell you what, it is heavy, even without the juice. It is heavy. It has a heavy bottom, and I will do my jelly and everything. I just bought this one the other day, and I know that's a lot of money for a pan, but I'm hoping this will last as long as I do here. So anyway, there's your little lesson on your pans, which I've told you guys that before, okay? So always get you a heavy bottom pan when you're doing something like this. So then you're gonna put your tomato sauce or whatever you're gonna make. You're gonna put it in your roaster, your pan, your whatever you've got, however you've got to heat it, okay? Some people use the Instapot and different things. I don't know how the steam would get, if the water would, I don't know how that would work. I don't know, I've never done it. Because basically you're heating it up so it'll steam. I'm bringing this to a boil, and then I'm gonna turn it down and let it simmer. And then that steam that comes off of it, that water's gonna evaporate eventually out of my tomatoes. And that's what you want, out of my juice, okay? It's gonna make it thicker. And so I'm gonna have some good tomato sauce, or whatever I decide to make later. I'm gonna do this mostly in tomato sauce, so then I can just, if I wanna make some spaghetti sauce, I'll grab it off and I'll just add my paste or whatever I've got, you know, to that and make my sauce, you know, whatever. But the point being is, I've got all these tomatoes out of the garden, not gonna waste them. They're gonna come in handy on the shelf, and we're gonna can them, okay? So that's what I did. If that's what you want to do with your leftover tomatoes out of the garden, or the one I saved them all summer pretty much. I've still got tomatoes left, y'all. Okay, I'm back real quick. I wanted to tell you guys I put another whole jar in there. I went ahead, so I've got 4 jars in this pan. So we're up to here, so then it's gonna have to go about halfway. Okay? All right. Okay, you guys, it is 1:30, and I'm just like, I got that much. So it's ready. It's ready. My sauce is ready, but I don't have time to can it. So I'm going to come home and can it, and we'll be done. Here it is. See how far it's went down? It started up here because I put in that last jar. So I had it up to here. And it's cooked down all that way. So it's ready to be canned, but I just don't have time to do it at the minute. So I'm just going to take it off the heat here in a minute, put a lid on it, and then I'll come back home and I'll, Lord willing, I'll get this canned. So, but it's ready. It's a good consistency and smells good. And I was going to make some V8 juice. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video and get it posted because tomorrow's Thursday, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get it posted and maybe give you some ideas of how to do your tomatoes, or freeze them. Try freezing them. It's much easier to freeze them. I didn't have time all through the summer to sit and blanch them and take care of them, and then you just, it's sporadic. You only get like a few here, a few there sometimes, you know, and it's like, what do you do with that? So I was just washing them, coring them, and then putting them in Ziploc bags, gallon Ziploc bags, and putting them in the freezer. And then you seen what I did. I put them all in the sink. It's so much easier. So much easier. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I love y'all, and Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm exhausted. I was going to end the video, but I had to show you this. It is beautiful. Beautiful, and it got thicker. I cooked it a little bit longer. It's just the right consistency of tomato sauce. It's a dark, rich red color. Beautiful. So it gave me 8 pints, but I still have more to go. So I figure I will probably get probably 4 or 5 more pints off of it, out of all those. I was going to make some V8 juice, but I'm just going to make it all the tomato juice, I think, or the tomato sauce. I'm so tired. So I'm also dehydrating eggs over here, getting those ready for the shelf. So anyway, I'm going to get off here, and Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video. Love you guys. Bye.